Welcome back into the St. Joseph Mustang Show, sponsored by Getz Credit Union and Ventura Foods. Chris Roush being joined by the owner of the St. Joe Mustangs, Kai Turner. And Kai, we're down the home stretch now. 4th of July, all the extravaganzas that we saw through those couple of days, the first part of the season, that's behind us. Only a few games left here as we look at next week. Just a couple of chances left to see the Mustangs in the regular season.
Yeah, it's always bittersweet because, this is what we work all year for. July 4th is, a huge holiday and fun for us. And then, this past week, I think we had like 8 games in 9 days or something. And so we're here, but, that was the stretch that we knew what was coming. And now we're just left with a few games in the regular season. So that's what's kind of bittersweet just because we're not ready for it to end. But, this is also an important part for us, too, just because down the home stretch, every game matters. And so this is where we kind of pivot to. We learn about the Mustangs and who the players are to we're on every pitch, every swing,
right?
Because the playoff race is here. And so it's a lot of fun. It just kind of, the different layers of a Mustang season. And right now we're just on that last layer. So we'll see what happens.
You've made the post a few times this year on social media about this year just felt different, maybe a little bit more special for you personally as well. What has made this year so unique in your eyes? Because you've been here for every single one of them.
I have, and so I don't know if you're trying to date me, but
I'm not yet.
For us, like every year is unique in its own sense. Just you remember it for its own different reasons. 2021, just coming back. 2019, how great our team was. You can go back to Johnny's first year as manager with the Mustangs. Every year stands out for a different reason. But I'll tell you, this year, just the community, the feeling of being at the stadium. It's kind of feel like you climb those steps each year, and right now we've really climbed quite a few steps. Just the atmosphere, the response that we get in the community, the player response, just the stuff that we feel off the field. For whatever reason, it just feels like it's elevated, and we've kind of felt that growing, I think, since 2021, 2022, and so the future is definitely bright. But I'll tell you, this year I don't think we've ever had as much fun as we've had.
You talk about that, and coming back from COVID and everything, didn't know what 21 was going to look like. 22 building off of it. 23 now, it seems more excitement. Where can this organization go from here? You feel like as well?
That's a good question, and we don't know the answer. And that's kind of the beauty and the beast of what we do is we never could have predicted half the stuff that we're doing right now. 3-time champions, three-peat champions, 8-time champions. Who would have predicted that? To the different stuff that we've done on the field, off the field, to changing to tenderloins, I don't know. And like I said, that's kind of scary, but also equally awesome at the same time that, our story is absolutely a blank page. And so I really don't want to try and define us with a direction because I don't know what that looks like. We've experimented some with like the banana ball per se that we've had with the police and fire game this past week, and then also when we had our kids game, and so that was a lot of fun. So you kind of see a different type of exhibition style game that we could play, and how that lends to the crowd. But then we'll never deviate from what we do at the Mustangs in traditional baseball games, but just where we can grow and do some different stuff. Really the sky's the limit, and so. Whether the ideas that we come in internally as the Mustangs in our front office and come up with stuff, or it could be what we see across the nation. I mentioned the bananas, or what our fans bring to us. Because really for us, it's about having that local feel and what works for our crowd here in St. Joe. And I bring that up, people give us ideas all the time, and Kellen's root beer floats. Someone just called us. Kellen called us up, and Kellen said, "Hey."
How old is Kellen?
6. So Kellen's 6, and so sometimes 6-year-olds have much better ideas than I can spend all summer trying to think up. And so, but just people come to us with these ideas, and so it's hard to really define. We've got goals set for us, on the field that's attainable, but anything past that, I don't know. So right. And like I said, it's fun and scary, but we'll see what happens.
The on-the-field part, what Johnny's been able to do after Matt Johnson's tenure here, too, to keep this going, just what's impressed you the most as you look back through the first few years of Johnny's tenure when there was that pressure to keep that going, what Johnson had created?
Well, that's, the shoes that he stepped into is something that, everyone says, oh, what a great, position to be in. But, you say that from a competitive standpoint, but then also like, wow, what a tough position to be in because of, where the Mustangs have grown and been at, and what they mean really across the United States. People know the Mustangs, and so the perception that people have, whether it's players, coaches, fans, other teams, and so to uphold that and to grow it is really hard. And so Johnson did a great job with us. I mean, has his number retired and was incredible. It was really neat for us to have the two of them last week for the alumni game, where Johnny was actually able to suit back up and play again. And so I'm going to Johnny with questions about the game. He said, "Don't ask me, ask Johnson." And so it's really weird to see that, but to see, when you have Johnson back out there commanding the team and just, comparing and contrasting that with what you experience underneath Johnny, it's really interesting. And I know, for Johnny, just the pressure he's dealt with, as being a successful player in St. Joe and the other things that he balances, whether it's coaching a high school team or lessons, and there's a lot to that. Whereas Johnson grew up, elsewhere, South Dakota, went to college somewhere else, and we didn't really know his story until he came to the Mustangs in St. Joe. Johnny, we've all watched him grow up and his whole entire story. And so to see that has been really great for us, just, where he's grown the team in so many different ways. And again, it's just the sky's the limit. Johnny has his own way of doing things, and it's been great, just to see the guys respond to him and, just the growth.